had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
There are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult. Probably not the guy that most people would bet on.
Who wins?
It's like a little kid fighting a bunch of sumo wrestlers. Usually the sumo wrestlers win. We're a little scrappy company. Every now and again, a little scrappy company wins. And I think this will be one of them.
Everyone from the Doge community that's in here tonight, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Right at this moment, I want you to stop what you're doing. Even anything else you might be doing, we'll have in the stream. And I want you to look. I want you to look at that computer screen monitor or that TV screen in front of you with that thumbnail art and my voice coming through to you right now. And I want you to understand one big, simple, epic concept. We are going to win. We are going to win. We are going to win. We've got the Doge momentum. Can you dig it?
Maybe have some fun. I mean, there's a good chance that crypto is the future currency of Earth. Right. And then it's like, well, which one is it going to be? Like, what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right. Wow. No, absolutely. So, to the moon.
To the moon.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
No.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, guys? You are listening to your man, Real Deal, Steven Steele. Happy hump day. Happy hump evening. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? It is good to see each and every one of you. The Doge is pumping out of control. Things are looking great. Things are looking great. Could we hit 30 cents tonight? Could we hit 30 cents tonight? It's certainly looking like a pretty high probability. Crypto Batman making it rain like a strip club up in here. Thank you so much, Crypto Batman. Yes, I love it. Crypto Batman is the shit. I love Crypto Batman. If those of you, I'm sure most of you already subscribed to Crypto Batman, but if you don't, you need to subscribe to Crypto Batman, man. He's been holding it down for the Doge for quite a while, and he's got a great show. Crypto Batman coming in $4.99. It's Uncle Brewski. How's everyone tonight? For another $4.99 another $5 super chat. Cult Doge. Yes, that's us. That is us. And another $5 super chat. Hey baby. Yes. And yes. So just. Crypto Batman blowing up the spot. Thank you so much, man. Who else we got up in here? We've got Zombie Doge Army. We've got 7-1. We've got Hector the Dude. We've got Alan Schneider. We've got Bud Dickman. We've got Comma DeLuffy. We've got Zero, of course. And Luminal. Hector the Dude. Particle. Smoke and Mirror. Shane the Investor. Ralph from New York. Ramon. We've got Ramon. Bass Fisher, Hump Deezy, Junior Hall, and Low Roller Scratcher. The list goes on. Welcome, guys. If you could just smash that like button before we get started, hugely appreciated. Crypto Batman coming again with a $4.99 super chat. Says, let me see your cheeks, sir. Oh, that's a tall order, my friend. It would take more than $5 to do that. But I appreciate the super chat. Hector the Dude coming in $1.87. I don't know what that means. We hit 30 cents today. Did we really? I was so busy with other things. We very well could have. I wasn't glued to the charts the entire day today, but yeah, and so it looks like we're headed for 30 cents again tonight. Not to toot my own horn, ladies and gentlemen, but what did your man tell you? What did your man Steven Steele tell you? I said a day and a half ago that within 48 hours that we were going to hit 30 cents within 48 hours. Do you remember that? How many of you guys remember that? Yes. So here we are. And I think I'm going to bring in Nick. Nick Balls, are you with us?
I am, Steven. How are you doing?
Nick, now, were you on the air when I predicted 30 cents within 48?
I believe I was. Yep.
And
I think you asked me my probability of it, and I said it was good.
Yeah, because I was saying that I'm looking at some the charts I'm looking at here, and the climate that I'm looking here for Doge is looking like a big breakout to the tune of at least 30 cents within 48 hours. Here we are sitting right at it. Look at all those green candles. Look at that nice upswing trajectory over the last couple hours here. What do you say, Nick? How are you feeling about all this?
Oh, it looks great. I've been looking at the charts all day. We did not hit 30 cents today, by the way. Top out 29,490. So about halfway to 30. I think it looks fantastic. I love what I'm seeing right here. I keep my exponential movings at 55 and 20.
Right.
Much like Coins Kid does, and they're actually just about to cross right now. So
Oh, nice.
it'll be cool to see that crossover happen live.
So, guys, I'm pulling up that 1 minute chart just for the extra zoom. But before you get caught up in the 1 minute chart, I want you to take a look at the last 2 hours.
I'm on a 15-minute chart, if that means anything to anybody. I never go in this deep. I never go into something like a 15-minute.
Yeah, so if we go back here on the 2 hour charting, guys, look how far we've come. Just under 20. What's that? Just under 20 cents there? 2 hours ago? Is that right? Oh my gosh, yeah. So look at the progress we've made in just 2 hours, guys. Just amazing. Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
Really, realistically, what's really impressive is our weekly gain.
The weekly gain, that's what I'm. Yep, it's insane.
Insane.
It's insane in the membrane. We are up over. We got to be up over 40% gain for the week. Let me take a look at it right now.
46.5%.
Goodness gracious, guys! We are almost up 50% gains within 1 week on the DOGE. Just amazing, just amazing. The Doge momentum is with us. The Doge momentum is with us.
Biggest in the top 10, but actually in the top 20, the biggest winner was Internet Computer, which is up almost 80%. But to be fair, Internet Computer hit the market at like $600 and came down to like $70. So
yeah, that's amazing. That Internet Computer has come storming back to 80%. So it was looking pretty dire. I'm still not sure about Internet Computer for a long-term investment, but just be careful out there, guys.
ICP, whoop whoop.
I know. Imagine having those call letters on your project. I don't know if they thought that one through very well.
I don't think they did.
But
now at least they can get a sponsorship by Fago.
DZ says, Nick Balls, Crypto Batman, Steven Steele, Doge greatness. Appreciate that. Steven, you and Nick are cornerstones of the Doge community. Good days and bad. You guys are holding it down. Yeah, that's what we do night after night. We come to the mat, whether Doge is up or whether Doge is down. That's what we're here to do. Boogaloo. Guys, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, if you could take a second to do that, appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. Feel compelled to super chat anytime throughout this broadcast. That's also hugely appreciated for all the time and efforts going forth. So Nick, it's. Do you think we're going to hit 30 while we're on the air tonight?
I would like I'll know in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
If the EMAs cross, yeah. If they cross over, sure. They're really tight right now. They're just about to cross. I'll probably know in like 5 or 10 minutes.
Nice. Yeah. I think we're probably going to get there from what I'm seeing on my end, but yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out sooner than later. So yeah, this is just extraordinary progress that we've been seeing over the past week. And Nick, this is pretty right on call with what you were saying about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, that we were talking about that Dogecoin was poised for a very sizable breakout within the next couple weeks. And this kind of is obviously an absolute vindication of that. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I mean, I saw it coming from like a mile away. There's some people in the community that said Dogecoin wouldn't hit 30 cents unless Bitcoin was $50,000. You should.
Yeah.
Those people are frauds.
Yep, I remember that.
Should be in jail. Probably someone should inform the SEC for some sort of securities violation. But I just knew that it didn't take much to push Doge. We were so undervalued. It was like, we were sitting in the top 10. Our position hasn't changed, which is interesting. We were sitting in the top 10 and so undervalued. Remember, I came in and I was like, I can't believe no one's taking advantage of this right now. Just so oversold, so undervalued. Eventually that has to give. Like one way or another, that's got to give. And with the way the crypto is moving right now and the way that the markets are moving, big money is stepping in. I was watching the Binance order books fill just a couple minutes ago, and the fills are crazy. What makes me kind of nervous now that I'm on Kraken is that I think I might break Kraken's order books if I try and sell.
Yeah, well, wow. Yeah, I I think you might too. Well, you're not selling anytime soon on Kraken, are you?
No, but I just experimented the other day. I mentioned a few days back I sold like $5,000 worth of Bitcoin, and on Binance a 5K Bitcoin sell would fill like instant, and it took a good like 5 minutes, maybe a little less than 5 minutes to fill on Kraken.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure, at least for Doge, I've got a fair amount of Bitcoin sitting on Kraken too, but at least for Doge, I know that their Kraken is, they're probably using me as a market maker.
Yeah. Well, no, it'd be real. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. You know what would be awesome is if the CEO's first name was Phil McCracken. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just an old Bart Simpson joke came to mind there. Yeah,
My girlfriend told me to release the Kraken today.
I bet she did. Let's do like a little market round here, Nick. So right now, holy smokes, Ethereum is pumping well over 3,200 right now. It is up 3 percentage points for the day, over 20% for the week. Bitcoin pumping over 46K right now, up 17% for the week, 1.6% for the day. And Doge obviously pumping at 12% increase for the day and 2.5% over the last hour. The runaway winner in this 24-hour cycle today of the top of the charts anyway is Doge. I mean, Doge is really everything's pumping right now, but ETH and Bitcoin are.
Look at XRP.
Well, XRP is XRP is out of insane. Yeah, XRP is
out
insane.
of control right now.
Yeah, XRP is up 20% for the day.
It's funny. I went to get a massage today. I haven't gone. I go to this place where it's actually called the Dungeon, and it's really cool.
I bet it is, buddy. Okay, so wait, just be clear here. Today you went for a massage at a place called the Dungeon.
Correct.
Okay, proceed.
It is not your typical massage place.
Oh, I bet it isn't, Nick.
The guy who is there's only one guy, and he was actually the bass player for Jefferson Starship.
No way.
Yeah, no joke.
That's so random.
Yeah, he's so cool, and like the whole place is like, I mean, the walls are like painted black, and there's like chains hanging from the ceiling.
Oh
and
my
he
God.
plays like metal music the whole time. But he's super. We always have these awesome conversations, him and I, and I told him about Dogecoin because the last time I saw him, I was not a multimillionaire and not retired, and he's like, "Hey, good to see you." And he had this kid, I guess, who comes in there pretty often, who's like big into XRP, and he was trying to get him on the XRP bandwagon. And I'm like, man, those XRP people, they don't quit. They and it's so funny. We were talking about like, once you get you're invested in something, you get like emotionally attached to it. And XRP is one of those things where it could go either way. Like I'm fairly confident their court case is gonna end up well. But if you're locked into it, like you're kind of you're playing with fire a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, just let me get this straight. You go to a place called the Dungeon for massages. Yep. The guy that runs it and gives the massages is the former bass player for Jefferson Starship.
Correct. And he doesn't really. And he sometimes.
And he plays, and the place has got. It looks like a dungeon, and he plays metal during your massage.
Yes, and it's not a massage. It's not a massage you would want.
Okay.
It's not the massage you want. It's the massage you need. in the sense that he doesn't really use his hands. He uses his elbow.
Okay. So it's like they're deliberately painful massages to stimulate like blood flow and things like this.
Yeah, growth. And, almost all like the pro bodybuilders in my area. Like all the pro IFBB, all the main guys go. He does like half of the Chicago Blackhawks and like some of the Bears play. Every time you're there, you always run into like somebody famous. It's pretty cool. I saw the former Mr. Olympia the last time I was there.
Oh, nice. Wow. So this sounds like if you were in bodybuilding or you're a super athlete, that's kind of the go-to guy.
Yeah, for the Chicago area, for sure. He's like the number one dude. It's unfortunate because he's like the only guy, and he almost died a couple months ago. He got like crazy sick.
Died in the dungeon?
Yeah, almost, yeah. He was overworking himself. And the craziest part is he's super cheap.
Oh, really?
It's $80. Yeah, and he won't let you tip him either. You can't tip him.
Oh, wow.
So it's $80. The first time you go, it's $100, but you get a T-shirt. You have to get the T-shirt. It's and then
mandatory T-shirt, mandatory dungeon T-shirt.
You have to buy it on the first time, but then every time after that, it's $80.
This is so funny, man. It's so funny. Wow, that's incredible. So Batman says I ended up with permanent spinal damage from massages overseas. The Thai chicks give nice massages, but they will definitely cause some damage. Oh my gosh. Sorry to hear that, Crypto Batman. Wow.
That'll happen.
Yeah. I had a friend
especially when they're not, lady boys. Those they've got hard heels and they like to walk on your back.
Yeah. I had a friend who gave me a gift certificate for a massage probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And it was in a place I'd never heard of before. And I'm getting in there and I'm getting in the massage, and probably about halfway through, I realized that there were options for this massage. And I was like, and then knowing the person that gave me the gift certificate, it totally made sense. He's a total bastard. So he totally set me up, and I was like, you son of a gun. And then he
take advantage of those options.
No, I was too rattled by it, man. I was just like, I was laughing, but I was rattled, because it was like I just walked in so naively that I was just like, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, there was just kind of some cues and some body language where I was like, oh my god.
One night in Bangkok and the world is.
Oh my god, yeah. And then I called him as soon as I was out there, and all that happened was when I called my friend, he just picked up the phone, he didn't even talk, he just started laughing so hard, and he wouldn't stop laughing. And then I just listened to him laugh for like 60 seconds, I just hung up the phone.
I've never been to one of those places. I thought I tried to once, but I guess it wasn't. There's this very famous massage place by us in the kind of in between you and I called King Spa. And it is sick. It is super, super sick. It is like gigantic golden like dragon statues outside. I mean, it's huge. It's a massive, massive place. And I went there by myself, and it's full of Korean people.
Okay.
And I thought I was going to get one of those special massages, and I paid for it, and I see all these, pretty Korean ladies, and then I get brought up to the thing, and it's a 80-year-old Korean man that escorts me into the back. And this guy's breath, it was like peeling the wallpaper off the walls. It was so horrifically
Nick.
bad.
Oh, no.
But I will say that it was one of the greatest massages I've ever had in my life until I found the dungeon.
This is
It was incredible.
Oh my gosh. So they did a bait and switch on you.
They did, and I didn't know. I guess the whole place is like in the main area where there's all these different like steam rooms and saunas and stuff. Like that's like girls and guys, but the massage part of it, and also the bathing, like there's a bunch of different hot tubs and stuff. That's all separated by gender, so there's no men and women mixing.
Yeah, yeah.
And you have to get naked too. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that is a little it's a little weird. I'm still laughing about the bait and switch that was pulled on you, man.
Yeah. The cool part is you can actually, at this place, you can live there. It's a 24-hour spa, so you can actually live there, and there's people who do. And there's a food court.
Where?
Yeah, there's a full. It's called King Spa.
Where?
There's a food. I think it's Niles, Illinois.
You can live there?
Yeah.
Get out.
People do. Oh, there's a food court, and there's like a shared bedroom kind of area. Yeah, it's
no
in Niles.
way.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's massive. It's really cool. If anybody lives in Illinois and never gets a chance to go there, it's pretty sick.
Yeah,
I had a great time by myself.
I'm looking it up right now. I just never heard of like a spa that you could just like straight up live in every day. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, there's people who live there.
That's amazing. That's a pretty good way to go if you got the money. You just wake up every day and just get the king treatment, man.
Yeah, there's a room like full of a bunch of different TVs. Like everybody's like, well, you can watch whatever you want.
Wow, man.
Korean.
For anyone wondering, Slave Blaze says, I do not recommend Googling the dungeon Chicago. I'm serious. Don't do it.
Yeah, there's a few different. That's not the name of it, by the way. It's not called the dungeon. It has a different name. I just didn't want to like blow up this guy's spot.
Sliding Edge coming with the $2. Nick, gotta trust the neon lights for the massages.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, guys. Crypto Batman's in the hizza. So here we are. Right at about 29 cents. Seems like we're just hitting a lot of resistance at the early 29.
Well, I will tell you, Stephen, that if you go to my graph in Discord that I put out, we are literally the place we're at right now is at the second resistance level that I traced.
Well, you might have to pop it in there again because there's been a lot of memeing going on since he did that.
I will drop it in right now for anybody who's curious. It is old, by the way. The graph that I'm putting in there is not like right now.
Right, just for the record.
Just for the record. But you can see, you're going to have to probably save it and whatever because it's too... Hold on, I'll redo it right now. Dang it.
All right, you don't have to, Nick, but that'd be cool.
I'll do it.
Guys, you are watching Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele. My co-host for this evening is Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls. If you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join this awesome community that's growing exponentially each and every day. We have got the best community on crypto YouTube, in my humble opinion. So we'd love to have you along. How's the chart coming? It looks like you just dropped it in there.
That was the old one.
Okay.
I'm redoing it right now so you can actually see it.
Okay. If anybody who wants to see the next charting and what we're talking about right now, just pop in the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, I'm going to put a link to the Discord in the chat right now. There we go.
That first resistance level is at the 382, and it's 29077 cents. So it's basically exactly where we are right now.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna crop this real quick, and then Batman was getting after me because I didn't save it as a JPEG the other day.
Oh, right.
But I assure you that it is saved as a JPEG. I don't know what he was having problems with it. Okay. New graph is in the chart. But you can just see that we are literally riding. We're bouncing off of that resistance level right now.
Oh, totally. Yep. Totally see what you're talking about.
Yep. So we literally hit it and came down, which I completely expected. And I would think that we would probably need some more momentum to break through that with like any kind of reliability. But we'll see. Like I said, I'll give it another 10, 20 minutes to see if we can get through there. But it looks like it's being rejected right off of that line right now.
Yeah, it's definitely getting rejected for now, but I think looks like we're consolidating, and it's going to ramp up again pretty soon. Make another go here. We'll see. Honestly, I'm not sure if we're going to get to 30 cents within the next hour or even tonight. But the fact that we are at 29 cents right now, with an increase of nearly 50% in market value over 1 week, is obviously just extraordinary progress. And actually, like we often say, Nick, you don't want it to be all up. you want it to go down a bit and consolidate before it ramps up again. All up is not good. You want to explain why again?
What goes up must come down.
That's right.
And if there isn't enough momentum, like what we're seeing right now, it looks like on the 15-minute there's going to be, well, I don't know, it's a little too early to tell, but we might get a red candle on the 15-minute right now. But yeah, if you go straight up, just like go back, I usually look at the daily, but if you take a look, back in April, when we hit 44, almost 45 cents, we came down to 15 or 16 cents.
Right.
So whenever you pump up that with enough momentum, it's going to swing back down with equal momentum. So if you build that momentum up over time, that's like best case scenario. I would love to see us hit my prediction at $1.82. Over the course of 2 or 3 months. I think that would be ideal.
Right.
But of course, that's not how Doge moves. We all know this. So that any day there could just be it could just pop off and hit that level, and that wouldn't surprise me. I don't even know, based off of how Doge has moved in the past. A lot of people think there might be resistance at the 70, 72 or 73 cent level where we peaked before, but that might not be the case. And that's been, this theory has been tested on previous moves to the upside, where the previous all-time high wasn't even an area of resistance. It just blew right past it.
Right. Yeah. Well stated there. And right now we took another dip here, another retracement. So we'll just see how it goes. But regardless, this is phenomenal. And I wouldn't say this exceeded my expectations today. This is pretty much right on board with what I was expecting and what we had been talking about over the last week. And so going forward here, Nick, what do you say? What would you give the probabilities of 35 cents within the next week?
Let me take a look at the levels again. The next resistance level is actually just at 34. So if we break the two, we keep bouncing off of this 382 level, which is essentially 29 cents.
Yes.
We got a little bit over it, but just slightly. The next level of resistance after that is 34. I don't think we would see that move up to 34 in the next week, like this week, maybe next week. We'll just have to see how the market in general flows. But I think the money, I've been watching a lot of the order books and the money flow over the past few days and last week, and the money flow is definitely flowing back into the market, for sure. And it's just like water in a garden or water outside. When the water starts flowing in one direction, and the more water that gets flowing in one direction, it's significantly harder to stop.
Right.
So money flow doesn't just dry up all of a sudden. Once it gets going, it has extreme force. Just like when a river first gets going, it might only be a few inches deep, but if a river is big enough and it's flowing a few inches of water and you try and walk across it, you'll get swept off your feet.
Right. Right. Yeah, pretty good analogy there. Trucking All Day come with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Trucking. Looking at Dogecoin hit 29 cents is like seeing it at 29 cents for the first time. You know,
Feels like it.
It does compared to where we've been the last 3 months or so. It does start feeling like the first time, and so this is obviously a very welcome advancement. A very welcome advancement, and you know the whole market is just pumping nicely right now. I think. From what I'm looking at, Nick, it doesn't seem like $50,000 Bitcoin's too far off in the horizon. What are you seeing?
Yeah, no, I think that is imminent. 50K is imminent, and you know, I was really hoping for a close at 46. It's almost like whoever's buying Dogecoin, Bitcoin. They just didn't want to close at 46 to like keep the price down, because as soon as the 24-hour close, it went right. It was at 40. It was like 45.8 or something. And
right.
then it, you know, as soon as the 24-hour close happened, it went right back up to 46. They just didn't want to close on 46 because that would have been a huge sign to keep things moving upward. I think a $50,000 Bitcoin is just right around the corner. There's really not much stopping it from going there right now. So
that's exactly what I'm seeing too. So I think this bull run is far from over. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, bull run 2, electric boogaloo. I've been saying it for weeks now. You know, if we would have if the bull run was officially over, you know, it would have ended at the end of July, and we're gonna be around for one of these rare double tops,
right,
of the bull run, which is interesting. I mean, it will end, like this bull run will end, but there will be new all-time highs set for everything before that comes. So it's something to look forward to, and I'm like the if you look at Dogecoin on the daily, right? And I know, Crypto Batman's gonna love this. If you look at Dogecoin on the daily, and we get up to the 70-cent level, it will have formed the biggest cup and handle of all time. Like a cup and handle that took months to create will have been formed if we hit the old all-time high. It's just this massive cup, and if that's the case, the play to $1.81 is exactly what would happen. I mean, these are technical levels that are just being hit perfectly.
Yeah.
And it's not like, it's not even shocking. It's like play by play. You can just watch it play out. It's playing out exactly as it should.
Yeah, I agree. And it also makes me think of the first time I experienced a cup and handle, sophomore year of high school on homecoming. What about you, Nick?
Probably around the same time.
Okay, yeah. those are the pivotal coming of age ages, right? So here we are. Someone in the chat said, where did I see that? Someone earlier said that they bought. Someone new in the chat said that they bought it at an all-time high. So they probably bought some around 70 cents. Nick, what kind of advice would you give to someone that bought around the all-time high of Dogecoin?
I did too.
Yeah, yep. At your time, right? Respectively.
Yeah.
At your time,
respectively. Right? Yeah, I bought at all-time highs in 2014. So,
yeah.
You know, it just means that, like, first off, if you're new, I'm imagining if you bought at an all-time high, I guarantee you're new to crypto, 100%. You don't know what you're doing, because if you bought at 70 cents, you've never done this before. You never buy anything at an all-time high. Like, this is just that goes for any investment. So you're new to crypto, which is cool. I was too. Well, I was a few years into crypto, but
we all are new at some time. So
exactly, I was definitely green, but it's okay. It just means, you know, first off, one thing I always say, and like, you know, this is one thing that protected me a lot. I held my Dogecoin for 7 years. You know, also if you're in the United States, after 12 months, you take advantage of the long-term capital gains tax, which is a lot lower than short-term capital gains. So, you know, I would almost, DCA is huge. So if you bought at 70 cents, you had months of opportunities to buy at like 16 cents or 17 cents. Like you had months and months to bring the dollar cost average down. So if you weren't taking advantage of that time out of fear, then you really just need to sit back. You really need to sit back and learn about investing. And then you really shouldn't be looking at your wallet or your crypto or anything for 12 months.
Right.
Because you're gonna get scared, and then you're gonna sell at a loss, and then you're gonna lose even more because you're gonna pay crazy taxes. So, just relax. And I hope that you had 3 months to dollar cost average down, and I hope you got your price down a bit. If you didn't, this is a lesson. I love it. Someone has been on my Instagram.
Yeah. Thought that was a good action shot. We look like you know what we look like in our avatars there, Nick? It looks like we're in like one of those, looks like a poster for like a buddy cop action movie.
Oh, for sure.
Or
that's my favorite gun too. I love that gun.
Or at some point, one of us has to say, "I'm getting too old for this shit."
I'm getting too old for this shit.
I'm getting too old for this shit. There we go. Steel balls right there for you guys. So we got you up on the big screen, buddy.
It's a Colt 45.
It is. That's what it looked like to me. I was just about to ask you. Is that a Colt 45? That's good.
Yeah, that's my favorite gun.
Nice. Doge Leprechaun says, thank you for streaming every night, not just when Doge is up. Makes me feel more comfortable. And tuning into you proves you aren't just a pumper. Much love. Thank you. Appreciate that, Doge Leprechaun. And rain or shine, up or down, most of the time we're here, folks. But that's just what we do. That's what we do. We are reliable pillars, I'd like to think of ourselves of it anyway. So coming back up to 29 cents. Not looking too shabby. Bud Dickman says Tango and Cash. That was one of the references I was thinking of. Nicholas asked, do you think Hive blockchain will take a hit due to Ethereum 2.0? From what I know about it, I think it inevitably will a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be anything major, Nicholas. So I think there's a fair probability of seeing 35 cents within the next 7 to 10 days. I'm just going to say it now. I think that's fairly high probability. Now, given that, Nick, what kind of probability do you get for another severe retracement below 20 cents?
Not very good. I don't think that's
not very likely.
We're not very probable.
I from what I'm looking at, I could theoretically see a temporary retracement all the way down to 22. But I'm not seeing much lower. I'm not seeing much indication that it could go lower than that. So if I guess the reason why I'm saying that is, for people wondering about buying in more, we always get that question whenever there's a good pump. Is now a good time to buy? Is now a good time to buy? Now's probably not the most advantageous time to buy. You could probably get it for a bit cheaper within the next 2 or 3 days. But there's, that's always a risk you're taking though too, right? It could always,
I look at it like this.
People,
people had months to buy. If you're sitting around now, like worried about if you should have got in or if now's a good time, like you had so much opportunity.
Yeah, so much opportunity. So true. Luminal says maybe one more retracement that low, but it might be short-lived. Yeah. Low Roller says, Steven Steele, are you prepared for crypto winter in 2022? Yeah, I'm prepared. Like I'm not too worried. What do you say, Nick, about the kind of the doomsday scenario that we see floating around among some people about crypto winter in 2022?
I mean, crypto winter is eventually it's going to take hold, right? Like,
Yeah, it always inevitably
happen.
kind of happens. It's just nothing that I sweat too much.
Yeah, I personally don't worry too much about it. And I tend to think that the upcoming crypto winter is going to be a lot different than previous crypto winters where everything is just kind of stagnant. I think we might see, I think the upcoming crypto winter might affect the larger cap coins more. I think that primarily Bitcoin and ETH might settle down for a bit, where I think a lot of the smaller coins may have like little pops in between while everything else is settling. And that's just my personal outlook on it. But crypto winter is a thing. I mean, I think that the time intervals between bull runs are definitely tightening.
Yes.
And we could see, shorter duration of run. That being said, my old boss for my old company reached out to me today, and he wanted me to call him, but we were like just about to go live, and I think he really wants me to come back to work. Not my previous employer that fired me, but the one prior to that.
Okay. So what do you say to that?
I mean, I have no reason to work. I'm not like, if I was just like bored out of my mind and like had nothing to do,
Yeah.
I guess I would do it, just kind of maybe for the health insurance or something. But I have health insurance right now, so that's not a big deal. Yeah, if I really, really wanted to I mean, if I wanted to work, I could.
Right.
But I feel like I'm doing enough. I've got enough going on. And at the same time, like, I'm sitting on millions of dollars that are untouched. And if I really need the money, it's there. I just, I'm comfortable. I'm doing what I want. And as soon as the housing market cools off, I'll be looking at houses. And yeah, I mean, I don't need to work. It's nice though that I know I can always go back.
Yeah. It must be, it must kind of be, I mean, most of us don't know that feeling, right? You're in the position, Nick, where you can literally take it or leave it at this point in in your young life. On the grand scheme of things, you are, still in your 30s, that is on the younger end. And so just to have that feeling of liberation where it's kind of just like an option, like you said, if you feel like you need to preoccupy yourself with something else. But it just must be so cool to just be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
I know. I'm kind of like dreading the call. I've had a lot of like. It's funny because this guy, the owner of my former company, loves me, and he got me through a lot. Like I do owe the dude a lot. But he is very like he likes to be very persuasive, and he likes to get people to do like what he wants them to do.
Yeah.
But now it's like I don't have to.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Let's see. Someone in the chat. I think Truckin' All Day here. Yeah, Truckin' All Day said, I'm getting a Dogecoin hoodie from the Steele store for crypto winter.
Oh,
I love it. Go ahead.
I should mention I don't know if you saw, I bought a pair of Doge leggings for my girlfriend.
Oh, that's awesome. No kidding.
Yeah, that was me.
I was just saying that on the air. I was laughing about that because my first two orders were two orders of Dogementum leggings, and I just thought so. One was for your girl.
Yeah, those are that's for me. Well, not me, but yeah, for my girlfriend.
That's awesome. That's so funny. I can't believe you didn't tell me that till now. Yeah, because I saw the daily orders come in. My first 2 orders to my store. So you and someone else bought Doge Mentum leggings, and I guess I'll take this opportunity to promote my store. I'm just going to put a link to it. It's just StevenSteeleShop.com, and you can get Doge Mentum leggings, hoodies, t-shirts for men and women, socks. And then there's a Steven Steele live design there too from the Futura Girl design. So I don't know. Feel free to check those out. But
yeah, I might get.
Thank you for your
hoodie once.
Thank you for your support, Nick.
Yeah.
It's probably going to end up coming back to you if more than coming back to you if Robinhood doesn't release their wallets. I got 6 weeks to go here, so. I got 6 weeks to go, guys, and I put an APB out. I put Robinhood on notice today on Twitter, and It's All Risky retweeted it, and we've got some good legs on that tweet. And this is what I said. I said, "Dear Robinhood / Vlad, now is the right time to release a statement letting your user base know that you're still committed to wallets. Your IPO is out. This would garnish a lot of positive press for you. It's time to step up and make it happen. Do the right thing." So there we go. And I tagged.
They've said they're working on it. They've just said they're working on it for months and months and months now. So
yeah, but we need like a time. Like we're doing this, and it's going to be completed at this time. That's what people need. That's what investors need. That's what their user base needs. And like I said, I really don't think that Robinhood is in this big. We talked about before. I don't think as many people are going to liquidate their crypto off of Robinhood as much as some people think, because for the simple fact that most of the user base on Robinhood are new investors, and most new investors aren't comfortable, going through the process of transferring their crypto assets onto cold wallets. I don't see that happening on a mass scale personally.
I completely agree with you. I think most people on Robinhood wouldn't transfer out for the simple fact that they've got nowhere to transfer it to.
Right.
So
I think they just want. I think most of the people on Robinhood, they just want to know that they can if they could. I think that it just make them feel better.
I agree 100%. But again, coming from a CEO standpoint, it's like we're giving our users an option to leave.
Right.
And that's all they think about is like, we could lose money. And they probably in all likelihood they wouldn't, but in a greedy money hungry CEO mind,
right,
that's not what
right.
So we shall see. We got 6 weeks.
We got 6 weeks, man. Six long weeks. So yeah, we've already burned through 2 of them, and we'll see who ends up.
I tell you what, instead of if I end up winning, which I'm pretty confident I will, just send me a piece of the Steven Steele gear, one of the Doge Mentum hoodies or something.
Okay,
like
that's very kind of you, sir. Okay,
I'm a benevolent god.
I think, for me, by being a bit contrarian on that bet with you, by saying that I feel that Robinhood will release wallets within 6 to 8 weeks, part of it is like I'm kind of using like the carrot and stick method right now with Vlad and with Vlad and Robinhood. I'm like, come on, guys, I believe that you're going to do it, and don't listen to these naysayers who keep telling me that you're not going to do it. I know you're going to do the right thing, right, guys? And I know that Vlad reads It's All Risky's timeline. I know he's seeing what I'm saying. I know he's seeing what we're talking about over here. So I know he knows the pressure's on. And I think it's a good idea for us to just, keep letting him know we haven't forgotten, buddy. Like
you need like a $15 or $20 billion carrot
to
help him along there. I think that's like ultimately what the big holdup as to why they're not doing this is because someone else holds their crypto, right? So they're not in Robinhood isn't in physical possession of their crypto. and to get the crypto from their financial backers to their users, even just the transfer aspect of doing that would cost, I don't know how, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to transfer that.
Yes.
So that's a huge hurdle to overcome, right? Just the financial aspect of moving all of that money around. With that being said, I could see because right now Dogecoin is working on a fee reduction code. If anybody isn't aware, there's going to be a 100 times fee reduction code on Dogecoin Core, which that could be what Robinhood is waiting for. They could be waiting for that fee reduction code just to lessen the hit that they're going to take to transfer all of that out. So just something to think about, guys. That could be one of the primary factors that Robinhood might be waiting for, is a reduction in fees with the updated wallet code.
Yeah. That could definitely be what's going on there. We're kind of trading sideways down here, Nick, at the top of the 28s. Just can't seem to get over that hump back into 29. But you know what? Even if, honestly, if Doge can stabilize above 27 cents and above, that would be fantastic. What do you say?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we're in, super green territory. What have we had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've had a week of green candles.
Right.
We've closed on a green for a week now, which, I mean, it's not anything compared to Ethereum or anything really. Bitcoin got hit with a couple red days a few weeks back, but I mean, that's the strength and the movement of the candles that we're in right now on the daily, I think, gives us a lot of room of opportunity, and I think that we should see a move into the 30s in the upcoming days for sure, if we don't see it tonight.
Yeah, I totally concur. I think that's exactly where we're headed. Trucking All Day coming with a $10 super chat. Thank you for that, Trucking All Day. I'm guilty and bought a few Robinhood stocks. So you bought a few stocks of Hood. Today, through email, Robinhood had shareholders ask 3 questions for the next earnings report. And where's our crypto wallets was everywhere. Yeah, that's what I was saying to you before when we were having a little back and forth about that, Nick, was Robinhood can't put out any press without 95% of the feedback and comments just being like, we don't care, where the F are the wallets. It's like, man, that's why I think they'd just be they'd be absolutely stupid not to snub their user base at this point on it. But we'll see. Guys, if you're brand new here, feel free to subscribe. You're watching Steele Live. My co-host is Dogecoin millionaire Nick Balls, and we stream pretty regularly, almost nightly. I have been taking a few nights off. I'm almost nightly. We bring you late-breaking coverage, Doge-centric coverage, and we also cover the rest of the crypto sphere, and we also get topical on other things as well. And so we've got an awesome.
Speaking of streams,
yeah,
I was on Benzinga today.
That's right. How did tell us how Benzinga went? Tell us how you arrived there.
So a couple weeks back, the Benzinga did like a Dogecoin, I can't remember if it was for the month of July or a week, or I don't know. They had like a Dogecoin theme going on for a minute, and they had Billy on one of their shows, one of their live shows, and somebody from their team reached out to me, and they were like, "Hey, we've seen your profile, and we're really interested in hearing your story." And so yeah, I was like, "Yeah, let's set up whatever you guys want to do." And so they reached out to me, and then I didn't hear anything back for a couple weeks, and then one of their guys reached out to me today. A couple days ago, and he was like, "Hey, let's do an interview on Wednesday." I was like, "Okay, cool." And then right before the interview, my power went out, so I had to figure that all out. Then everything was back up. It was good. It was real quick. It was like a 15-minute. He just asked me rapid fire questions, which I was shocked that I was I
You're
felt
on
like I
it.
trained for this.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like,
So
I do this,
what
do
were
this
the
every night.
What were the rapid fire questions, Nick?
Oh god, I can't remember all of them, but like one of them was like, what do you think about Elon's tweets? And this is how bad my brain is, guys. Don't do drugs.
Well, you were
can't-
spot on in the moment.
Yeah. Oh no. You'll see the interview will come out in a couple of days or whatever. You'll see.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it,
went
man.
really well.
That's awesome, man. It's great to hear. I can't wait to see it. Let's see here. What was on my mind? Oh, there's clearly some like new folks probably in the chat. I'm seeing people are asking whatever happened to Upshot, and they're not asking ironically. I can tell they just are wondering, right? Because they've kind of been off the scene, and we forget that there's people that don't follow the channels on a daily basis, so they're just kind of popping in and they're like, see his channel gone and whatever. Well, in a nutshell, what happened was Upshot went upgone. He started a token called Upcoin, and then there was a pretty suspicious amount of whale activity one evening for Upcoin, wherein the charting took a huge, momentous dive in very quick, efficient manner, and then Upshot, his reaction to this was to delete all his social medias, including his YouTube, including everything else. I think there's questionable. He's doing his Twitter, but I don't know if that's his real Instagram or not. That's still up.
Not.
It's
That's
not. Okay. But yeah, he deleted all his socials, and a lot of people got stuck holding the bag, including myself. And yeah, we covered this very extensively. And
You can't even look at the chart anymore. I just tried to search it on PooCoin. It's gone.
yeah, but it was obviously a pretty big shock to the Doge scene on YouTube anyway, because he was such a prominent Doge-centric content creator. And furthermore, you just think you would perceive him to be the last person to do what he did, just because he was seemed like such a nice, genuine guy. And I think part of me still thinks he is that guy. He just kind of got flustered and buckled under pressure and handled it very poorly. Then again, there are a few indicators that there could have been some pre-planning, premeditation here. Like we've said many times, Nick, it's just, I don't know if we'll ever know
Yeah.
the details of what was premeditated and what was just spontaneous bad decision making.
It's crazy. I mean, it's a crazy story. It was crazy to be in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Like, I think I still have all the messages between him and I back and forth, where it was like, you know, he was telling us to sell, and like I was like, well, you know, it's all good. It's just like, you know, what happens when you have like a low liquidity token, and
Right.
like telling him, oh, this. I'll never forget. I was like so oblivious to what was going on. He was like, oh, this will make for a cool video though tomorrow, right? Like it'll be like a cool, like, oh, you know, this is what happens, you know, it's all good, whatever. I didn't even think, like, when the graph was going down, I was like, oh my, well, looking back on it now, this is what was happening.
Right, right.
But it was just an interesting story. I wish somebody would make like a little, I don't know, mini documentary or something like that about it. Be cool.
Yeah, I think it has all the makings for like a mini doc, you know, even you could easily fill an hour long with it.
Oh, sure. Who would you cast to play Upshot though?
That's a really good question.
Nicolas Cage.
He would do it. I mean, if
would do it.
I think if you read the script, it's weird enough where he would do
You
it.
know what's crazy is like Nicolas Cage could pull, like, here's what I'm thinking. And this is just like in my mind. Like, you know how Nicolas Cage acts really crazy? But like we never saw Upshot like lose his cool ever. But what if like when he turned when Upshot turned the camera off, he was like just flew off the handle and was like screaming and yelling. Like, it was the complete opposite of his on-camera persona. Nicolas Cage would be great for that role.
Yeah, that would be a really funny dynamic to the character.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of which, there's some. I don't know if you want to get into it, Nick, or not, but there was someone kind of trying to drag us on Twitter today regarding the Upshot affair.
I'll talk about it. I don't care.
Okay.
This guy's an idiot.
Yeah, he's a total moron. So there's this guy that, if you don't mind calling it out and talking about it on the stream, I don't, Nick.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I blocked him. You know what? I gave the guy like the. It's so crazy because I had never talked to this dude ever.
Either did I. Same.
And he came out and like first off, like, of all people, I'm like, I don't
know.
Sell anything. I don't promote any, like, have I talked to Upshot? Yeah, I've been on Upshot show a million times, but it's the same story with like you and that Valhalla guy. Like, are you
Right.
responsible for his, like, whatever? No. Did I own Upcoin? Yes, because people sent it to me. Did I sell any of it? No. Like, so if I played a role in that of some kind, I'm like the worst scam artist of all time. But yeah, this dude just called me a scam artist. I'm like, bro, I don't even know who you are. And then he got personal and started to like talk about my like drug use and like steroids and stuff. I was like, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I've had enough of that.
Yeah.
It's time to block.
Yeah, it's interesting. He goes by, I forget what the exact name is, but he goes by OG Dogecoin or something. The OG of Dogecoin or something. And
yeah, with the profile that was created this year.
Yeah,
OG Dogecoin. With
Yeah.
the guy who created his profile 3 months ago.
Yeah, the real OG, and this guy's just absolutely, he's just a toxic troglodyte. It's so mind-numbingly stupid to read his tweets. The only reason why I even found out who the guy was is because people were sending me screenshots of him saying, calling me just, a fraud and things like this. And I was just like, what? And then it's just so left field. And so then I confronted him and I was like, why are you saying this? Like, what makes me this? And then he just blocks me. I'm like, okay. Like, you don't even want to have a discussion about it.
No, you're better off.
And then this is the same guy. He bullied Billy Marcus, and then Billy Marcus had to block him too. I mean, there's nobody that's prominent in the Dogecoin community that this guy hasn't attacked. He's just.
I was thinking about this way earlier before we got on the air, and I completely forgot about this. People, if you're listening to me right now, listen to this. If you ever come across, and this goes for all of life, if you come across somebody who is holier than thou, and they've never done anything bad they claim that they've never done anything wrong in their entire life, they've never screwed up, they've never made a mistake, run the hell away from someone like that. Because one, they're lying, and two, people who don't screw up or don't make mistakes are the worst people on earth. Like, first off, those people don't exist. But those people who claim that they've never done anything wrong, or they're the perfect individual they're not any fun.
Well,
I don't want to hang
Well, furthermore, they're usually the people that have the most to
made the
hide.
worst. Yeah, exactly. I was going to follow that up with most of the time people who are claiming that they're the best, that they've never done a bad thing in their entire life. Those people are serial killers.
Yeah, totally.
Those are the people you need to really look out for. So yeah, I had to block this guy too, and it's crazy because like I got inboxed by a bunch of people right after, because I didn't even know, he didn't tag me, so I had no idea he was talking smack about me.
Right.
And I got like inboxed by like 10 different people saying that he talked smack about them too, and these are random, not to say that, but they have like a couple hundred followers. He's just calling out everyone because this is what he likes doing.
Right.
He's
not well. I mean, he's obviously not well. I mean, so this is one of those guys. It's just best to ignore people like this and move on. And I rarely address stuff like this because I mean, when you are in the spotlight as much as we are. It's just kind of an inevitable part of it. But once in a while, we just kind of got to take a pause and just be like, listen, this is completely ridiculous, completely erroneous, complete bullshit. And once in a while, you just got to take a pause to call it out and then keep moving, you know? So, you know, between him and of a very, I'd say a very salty individual, they've really done a nice job of just really tinfoiling hatting things all the way to space and beyond. And, you know, when you get people that are claiming to be arbiters and protectors of Doge while throwing the literal creator of Doge under the bus, you know you've jumped the shark. You know you've jumped the shark.
It would be one thing if these people were producing something. Like
they don't do anything. They're just random assholes on Twitter. They don't create anything. They don't add anything to the community. They don't add anything. Here we're on night after night for months on end, talking about Dogecoin, keeping people encouraged, giving people the latest breaking in the best way we know how, doing interviews with the most interesting, relevant people in the space, keeping a fun community going, keeping lots of interest in the coin the best way we know how. And like, for, you know, a couple people just to kind of just pop off and talk smack about people that are actually doing the most, well, they're doing the least, honestly, is just, it's just ridiculous. I mean, these people need to grow the fuck up. John Woods coming in, and you know, Nick, that neither one of these guys we're talking about would say any of this to our face.
Oh, certainly not.
No, Nick would give both of these guys swirlies with one arm tied behind his back with blindfolded. John Woods coming with a $5 super chat. Let's Doge late to the party tonight. We're doing it to it. Great to see you again, John Woods. Capman Official coming in at $2 super chat. Thank you, Capman Official. I honestly just want to outbench Nick. I can. What a challenge. That I would like to see. That I would like to see.
Yeah, that's definitely my worst lift. And if you really, really, really practice at it, you probably could.
Oh, man. So here we are at about 29 cents, just doing what it's going to do. Right now, I want to take a quick look at Ethereum and Bitcoin quick. So Bitcoin is running just pretty stable, right over 46,000. Ethereum is running, again, really stable over 3,200. You know, Ethereum, again, when I'm looking between at the big three, what we consider the big three to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Doge, it just even vindicates my resolve in all the things that we've talked about in the past, Nick, wherein more and more we've been drawing the same narrative over and over again, that if you're confused about the market, if you're getting overwhelmed about the market, the most solid bets that you can make, in our opinion, are investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin, and just letting it ride. I think that's one of the safest things you can do if you got the patience. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, if life taught me anything, it's like, just buy crypto and don't look at it for almost a decade. Like, that is the way to win in crypto, is to just buy a bunch at what you think is a reasonable price and then just chill for a long time. It will pay off. It just takes a long time.
Right.
Are you looking at the Discord right now?
No, I'm not. Let me look.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's so good. No way. Mr. Zero Fox is just become the master of
master. That was so quick, dude.
Of the GIF meme. That'd be a GIF meme, right?
I think it is, but it's not moving for me. It says it. Oh no, it is.
Oh, it's definitely moving for me. That's so good.
It's going now.
You have to send that to me, sir. Inbox that to me, please. That's so great. Yeah, I have to say, our meme warriors in this community have really stepped up their game. I mean, these guys are lightning quick and very clever. It's been very impressive, you guys.
let me say this about the gentleman that's being portrayed in this meme as well. I had to unfollow this guy, and I talked to this guy for a long time.
Yeah, you gave him a lot of patience. You gave him a lot of
ton of patience. And I don't inherently think he's like, I don't know. I still don't know if he's like a terrible dude or just like, he's got a few screws loose for sure. You know, I never had any issues with this guy, and it's funny because like every time I talk to him, like he knew that like I'm not involved in any of the whatever fuckery he's claiming is going on.
all right.
And the crazy part about it too, Steven, is like he expressed to me like he knows that you're also not involved in anything.
I know.
He tracked your wallet and like he told me like you're either like if you're a scam artist, you're the worst scam artist of all time. Because like you're terrible at like dumping these products.
Right. My even someone who goes out of the way to stalks my wallet transaction on Trust Wallet or whatever, my transactions speak for themselves. Like,
yeah, you're not good at it.
There's literally nothing. There's nothing to hide because I haven't done anything wrong.
Exactly.
Right.
But these people, and this guy is one of them.
Right.
And the OG guy is another. They're just upset that we gave a platform to some projects that turned out to not work out.
Right.
And they're holding us responsible for that.
Right.
And it's like, bro, thank God we live in America, right? Because we have this great law. It's the freedom of speech. We are allowed to talk to and about whatever we want. We never told anybody to buy anything. We never told anybody to sell anything.
Never.
I could, you know what? If you want to have O.J. Simpson on next week, I'd be down to talk to him. You know what?
Absolutely.
He probably murdered somebody.
Yeah, I think he did too.
Does that make me guilty of murder because I talked to O.J. Simpson? Hell no.
Right.
Like these people have lost their minds.
Right.
And I'm sorry, guys. Like I can't follow that. And my biggest problem with these guys too is now they're doxing people.
Right.
And I just don't. Like,
they're doxing people. Well, particularly the Dogecoin OG guy is completely anonymous. He's an anonymous coward that just throws barbs at innocent people every day. I've literally watched that guy make girls cry for over complete lies and like bullying. And he does it all behind a screen, calls himself you're the real Dogecoin OG. Oh, you're such a tough guy that you can't even show your fucking face. This guy is an absolute spastic, low IQ coward. He's all of these things in one. If you're going to come out and you're going to swing all these serious allegations at innocent people every day in the Doge scene, and you can't even show your face, let alone put a name to it, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get out of here. I mean, that's peak irony.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for sure. And, you know, this is the kind of stuff that made Billy leave a bunch of years ago.
Yeah.
And
Well, listen, it's a different story. We've got so many more people on board than we have back then. These guys are we're just venting a bit, guys. There's not a big problem in the Doge scene. There's really not. It's just a couple
I don't think so either.
It's go ahead.
This is my problem with Twitter. In the sense that, like, dude, I was off of Twitter for years. I mean, I hadn't been on Twitter since, you can go look, I hadn't been on Twitter since like 2014. Like I just stopped tweeting after I got out of Dogecoin. You know, this is the issue, and people get on Twitter and then they think that the entire world is Twitter. And there's I can almost guarantee you that a majority of people holding Dogecoin they don't use Twitter.
No, most of them don't even use Twitter. We forget that, but the overwhelming majority of Dogecoin holders don't even have Twitter accounts.
Yeah, so the world is not Twitter.
No.
So if you stare at Twitter all day, it becomes your world.
Right.
And that's what I talked to a couple girls today too, who were very upset with this guy.
He bullies them.
Yeah, he bullies girls, which is great for you, bro. You bully chicks.
Yeah, the real OG bullying girls in the Dogecoin community behind a faceless, nameless profile. What a tough guy.
Yeah, real classy. Anywho, I talked to a couple chicks today who were just getting harassed by this person.
Oh, he's a nut job.
Yeah, I had to remind them, like, look, then this is what I'm doing. I'm not following these people. I'm blocking. If some crazy gets said and they say something that's just out of line, I'm blocking them. And this is how that's how you should deal with it on Twitter. Because Twitter should never affect your day-to-day emotional life, I had a great day today. I went and got a massage at the dungeon.
Yes.
I listened to some rock music, got my back tore up. I don't need some dude who in the totality of everything, like zero to my world. So yeah, just some food for thought. Twitter is not the entire world, and don't let it affect yours.
Yeah, it's interesting because, so we've been doing this show. Well, I think I had you come on after I was on for about 6 weeks is when I first started bringing you on the regular. But since this channel started, it's like literally 99% of our coverage is Doge centric and very Doge focused.
Sure.
Maybe 95% when you account for us also talking about Bitcoin and ADA, Ethereum, and everything else. Maybe a bit less than that, honestly. But as far as the amount of time, what I'm saying is we talk about coins a lot, but more specifically, the amount of time we've spent talking about BSC tokens is like literally like 1%, maybe, not even. And when we have talked about it, it's been topical. I remember one night we talked about baby Dogecoin for maybe 5 or 10 minutes because it was going parabolic. It was crypto news. It was all of the crypto news. So we were covering the news. And then we get complete boneheads like the guys that we're talking about that are all of a sudden like, oh, these guys are endorsing baby Dogecoin and they're, leading people astray. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, we're literally reporting the news. Something that happened.
We'll talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk about whatever we talk about.
If we want to talk about buttholes tomorrow, guess what, guys? We're talking about buttholes. You're not going to stop us, random 47 OG on Twitter. It ain't happening. I'll talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about.
Right.
Nothing I've talked about is an endorsement of anything.
Right.
This is how. These are just my thoughts. This is the First Amendment. This is free speech. So, I will say whatever I want. No one's gonna stop me.
In fact, I agree. It's so funny because who are we've had 2 other people on the show that were associated with BSC accounts out of the 5 months this channel has been going, almost every night. Okay, so there's been 2 guests that represented BSC projects out of like 100 episodes, out of like 120 episodes. Okay, and one of them was Liv, who Billy and I became somewhat friends with, so we had her on as co-hosts here and there, and then. One was the CEO of the Dink Doink coin token. And so anybody who listens to those interviews and the way that we covered those things, those projects, we covered them very responsibly.
Particularly the Dink Doink interview if that interview would have never happened, that content would have never been available for
Yep.
CoffeeZilla and all these big channels that use that interview. So if we would have never done that interview, it would have never made it to like a major platform.
Oh, totally. And the reason, go ahead. Sorry.
It wouldn't have accomplished what these guys' goal is to accomplish. So we actually helped them in that sense.
Oh yeah, totally. That's the thing. Like whether I'm talking, that's the thing. It's like, do you hold like Larry King accountable for the actions or even speculations surrounding someone that he interviewed. You know, it's just such a weird thing. Number one. Number two, my questions, no matter who I'm interviewing, if I'm interviewing, and I rarely do it, I've only done it a couple times, twice. If I'm interviewing someone that has a BSC project or any crypto project, I'm going to ask them the same tough questions I ask anyone. And if you listen to my interviews with both Liv, even though, you know, I'm cool with Liv, I still asked her, and I think you're on that first episode, I asked her a lot of tough questions right out of the gate regarding her project. And same with the Dink Doink token. I asked him a lot of tough questions. Yeah. I didn't attack him. I just asked him critical questions and let people decide based on the answers that he wants to give. Now, apparently I did such a good job of that interview that it ended up, CoffeeZilla actually praised me for the good job I did in that interview. And then Graham Steffens used it. And then Phil, what's that Daily News guy? Phil
Vector.
Philip DeFranco. Phil DeFranco ended up using it as well. So these two boneheads that were criticizing me for it, I'm like, I'm actually doing
you guys, you should be doing this.
Like I'm actually doing the work that you say you're about, but instead you just pop off like an asshole on Twitter, not knowing what you're talking about. You know, so it's just like, oh my gosh, unbelievable. And the thing is, like, I'm going to talk to whoever the fuck I want to talk to, like you said. I'm not going to be policed by, like, the purity squad within Doge of telling me, like, who I can and can't talk to. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So, the thing is,
we will decide who comes on here and who doesn't.
100%. And Nick, you and I have been so common sense about BSC tokens from the beginning. What have I always said? Personally, I'm not 100% against people investing in BSCs. I invest in a few of them, but they eat up a fraction of my portfolio. And I always tell people this is very high risk, high reward game that you're playing.
Yeah, it's like casino money.
Yeah, just as long as people, what's most important to me is just as long as people understand the game that they're playing when they enter that. That's the context that I think that's most important. Now, we've had a few members here in this community that have done extraordinarily well off of a few BSCs to the point of retirement. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it can happen. It's just not the
it's
average.
It's definitely not the average. Definitely the exception. But who am I to tell them they're wrong and not be happy for those people? You know what I mean? Like, so, but it's obvious to anyone that watches the show, like, Dogecoin's our primary priority here, hands down, no question about it. And we cover that. Consequentially, we cover all crypto. But the amount of time that we have actually spent talking about BSC tokens has been so unbelievably minuscule that for that to be like a focus of criticism for anyone is just, it's absurd. Josh Randell disavows coming in $10 super chat. Time to go back through Doge OG's tweets. This is a gelatinous human failure. He hasn't seen his own Pito in over a decade. Thank you, Josh Randell, disavows. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the funny one. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Zero Foxes, those episodes were good. Yeah, I think they hold up. I think they hold up pretty well.
Yeah, I don't think, like, again, you know, we're not the arbiters of the timeline. Like, I'm not a time traveler. Steven's not a time traveler. We can't tell you if something is going to work out or not. You know, we're not, you know, if Dogecoin crashes tomorrow to nothing, is it you and I who are solely responsible for that?
Right,
like,
right.
We don't have a, you know, crystal balls, pardon my pun. But, you know, although I might joke around about that from time to time, but it's like, dude, we can't tell you, you know, that somebody's not going to come on. Like, Upshot's a perfect example of, like, a guy who duped the entire community.
Right.
As well as myself and Steven. And Steven got duped for a lot of money. Well, $400.
$400,
Some people.
Yeah.
And, you know, we who would have known that? Apparently, this Dogecoin OG guys are like, well, I knew that that upshot was a scam from the very beginning. Well, good for you, bro. You know everything. You know the entire world. You know the history of time, present and past, and future. Like, then go be a fucking cleric and like go make billions of dollars because you know everything that's ever going to happen for all of time. Why are you even on Twitter? Why are you on Twitter? You know everything. Why even tweet? You know what everything is all about.
Well, if you attack everyone and if you make erroneous allegations, the same erroneous allegations and literally every content creator in Doge, you're bound to be right one of the times, you know.
Exactly. I tried to tell that to somebody today. I was like, this dude is just bashing everybody. Of course, eventually it's gonna like pay off.
And Catman Official says, Mr. Steele, and I see what you did with my name there, needs a woman in his life. He seems angry. Go Doge. Bro, if you're going to insult me, you better pay to insult me. You do it through a fucking super chat, or you can see yourself out. So pick one. Pick one. You can pay to put some bullshit like that in my chat, or you can see yourself out. You pick one. You pick one. So, yeah, I don't know, man. You know, we're usually super positive and super upbeat, and we still are, but you know, Nick and we're not. I don't know how else to put it. We're not pussies either, and we don't just take shit from everyone. Most of the time we ignore it. 99% of the time we just ignore it. But once in a while, you're going to get an episode like this. It's literally.
I almost never get it. Like I don't get any. You get way more hate than I do. Way more. I've never. This is the first guy I've ever come across actually who's been like.
Well, it's because it's because your profile's getting more popular though too, Nick. I mean, don't speak too soon, my friend. You very well might be in my position soon.
That's true. I mean, like I said, I've had in the very beginning when Doge first popped off, I had a few like just clearly insane people, like message me like just craziness. I just blocked them right away. But this is like the first time, you know, I saw anything, you know, major.
Yeah, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But
we hit it at the exact same time.
Yeah, I'm just like, I've had enough. I'm good. Yeah, we're just blowing off some steam, guys, and we're just kind of. It's one of those.
This has been like on. I don't know about you, but actually I do. But this has been in like the back of my mind for like months now. I'm glad that we're talking about.
Oh, that's the thing. That's the thing. You and I, what Nick and I are talking about right now. This shit has been going on for freaking months, and we haven't said a word about it on the air. We haven't said a word about it, and so finally, it's just gotten to the point of critical mass, and where I'm just like, okay, I've had enough of this. I'm setting the record straight. Like, this is absolute nonsense, foolishness, bullshit. You know, it's just had it. Just had it, you know? And you know what? I'm not going to stay on it either. Like, you know, we're just taking some time to venting these idiots and calling it out. And then we're going to keep it moving. But, you know, I'm going to defend myself if it just keeps coming back at me like a million times over. At some point, I'm just going to be like, this is wrong, this is bullshit, and this is why. and then before I go back to my regularly scheduled programming, you know?
Speaking of, somebody actually just asked, what are the 30-minute charts looking at?
Yeah, let's take a look. Will you talk about it? I'll pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, I'm on the 30 right now as well. And it looks like it might, you know, the 30 just started. But it's essentially sideways. I don't think this next 30 candle is going to come out red. I think it's just going to kind of hover sideways. As most people have probably seen, Bitcoin's going like just right at 46K. It seemed like when Bitcoin pumped up like a percent and a half, Doge was moving significantly harder than it is now. But we were cruising along at like 10, 11%. And right now it's come down a little bit to like 8 or 9%. I think the next couple hours, you're going to see just sidewaysness for a little while around the 28 area. It might come down to the 27 and then pop right back up. But yeah, I'm looking at the 30 MACD at the moment, and it's completely open. I think eventually that's going to close over the next hour or two, and then you'll see a little bit of downwards movement later tonight, and then probably go right back up.
Yeah, I think that assessment's really good. And honestly, the 30-minute chart looks fantastic. It looks beautiful to me right now. In fact, I don't know if I'd want it any differently. Honestly, I think
it looks great. The 30 looks awesome.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, we are now looking at the 30-minute chart. Look at this beautiful trajectory. Just steady with healthy retracements and just an overall really positive arc. Just sitting under 29 cents. Josh Randell disavows coming in with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you. I try to be tolerant as a mod, but maybe I'm going to be more stern going forward. We need a troll-free space. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind if the mods are a bit stern on the trolls.
Did you catch me in here the other night? You had Sadaf on. I was listening. I was laying in bed listening before I went to sleep, and there was some guy just being an idiot claiming that he bought Bitcoin in 2012. And I was not in the chat at all. I wasn't typing or anything, and he just kept spewing nonsense, and then I just timed him out. So I was like, right. I've had enough. As a listener, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, I think I was so busy multitasking, I didn't even notice. So I'm glad you're on it.
People in the chat were like, "Oh, Nick is here." I was like, "Yeah."
You're like,
if I'm not on the show, I'm listening.
Yeah, pretty much. He's here whether he's on the air or not. Yep. No, you're fine, dude. You're fine. I don't mind people joking about Upshot. I mean, we all joke about what happened with Upshot.
Yeah, no. I think that'll be a joke for all of crypto. I still have my shirt.
Wait, what?
I still have my Upshot shirt.
I kind of want one now just because it's peak irony, you know?
Oh, dude. I want to make it into a tank top and wear it to the gym.
Oh, man. I wonder if he'll ever come back.
I don't know. It could be. You know, it's so funny because you're aware of Crypto Face, right?
Yeah.
Well, he actually pulled a huge scam back in the day.
Who did?
And Crypto Face.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He gathered up I think it was $250,000 of his followers. This is back, he called himself, I think it was Crypto Jerry back then.
Okay.
And he gathered up $250K of his users or his followers' money to put into this, I think it was a mining fund or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But either way, the project went completely sideways and he lost everything. That's when he rebranded to Crypto Face.
Wow.
And a lot of people just forgot that happened.
Yeah, I don't really watch Crypto Face, so I don't know. That's wild, though. That's a wild story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he also got a bunch of people got kicked off of Bybit, too. That's maybe something we should talk about.
Yeah, what do you know about it? I don't know a whole lot about people getting...
I got the juicy deets.
All right, bring it on.
So, okay. Crypto Face the other day, for those that don't know, Crypto Face is a multi-millionaire, big leverage trader. He trades $7 million at a time. Of course, with leverage. And so he had been trading, and he flew out. Bybit is located in, where is that? Hong Kong?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he flew out there to go to their office, and he filmed this whole video at their office. Bybit is the best place. You know, it's the best exchange. You'll never go wrong. Bybit's the best. All this stuff. And he'd been using Bybit for a long time. And then one day, last week, he came on and there was no charts. There was charts. There was no actual live orders going. And he's like, can't use Bybit anymore, guys. He didn't say why, but I found out. So what all of these guys who are leverage trading huge amounts of Bitcoin from the United States, what they're all doing is VPNing into these exchanges. And Bybit specifically.
Oh, wow.
And the reason they were all using Bybit is because Bybit was the only exchange that could handle that amount of order flow. Like, for example, if I tried to leverage up $1 million worth of Bitcoin on Kraken and buy and sell that, they don't have enough Bitcoin to handle that. Like,
Right.
I couldn't do it. They just their market wouldn't be able to handle it. So Bybit was handling these orders and well.
Right.
But what happened was the U.S. government came knocking on Bybit's door and said, you need to do KYC on all of these people who are VPNing in and not reporting any of this, which is what all of these guys were doing.
Oh, my.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Big issues.
That's a big issue.
Yeah, that's a huge issue. So it completely I mean, Bybit is still open and operating, but you can't use Bybit from inside the US. Like, you can't do it. So it basically, everybody who is on Bybit, which is like, I would imagine a large percentage of their customer base is based out of the US, just got booted. They said that you got 30 days to get everything out of your account.
Wow, that's incredible. That's wow, I didn't even hear that much about this, Nick. That's
I
wild.
know, this has been buried. This story is like not being covered, and it's one of the most like, it's one of the biggest. I think it's one of the biggest stories in crypto that nobody's talking about.
Yeah, well, you hear to hear first, folks. I mean, I heard a little bit about it, but I didn't know it ran that deep.
Oh yeah, this is big. This should be big news, and it's not, and I'm shocked. But yeah, if you guys, I mean, obviously, if you're in the chat and you're on Bybit, which I highly doubt most of our people are, yeah, get off.
Wow. Yeah, so if you're engaged with trading on Bybit right now, yeah, get off as soon as you can, guys. As soon as you can. Wow.
I always wondered what they were doing, right? Like I wasn't wondering how they were trading. I was wondering, like, okay, how are you cashing out, right? Like, where does your money go? When you get money, where does the fiat go? Mm-hmm. And I would imagine that they're sending it from Bybit to like a crypto washer, whatever those things are called,
right?
And then sending it to like Binance US or a Kraken or something like that. I'm not sure. I have no clue.
Right. Abstractus says, can you ever try to chat on a Matt Wallace live? Matt doesn't ever really he rarely ever has guests, but like he and I are, I'd say, casual friends. We keep in contact with each other. So I don't know. I think inevitably I'd probably be a guest at some point on there. I know we've talked about in the past, but then things just get busy.
He's come on here before.
Oh yeah, Matt's come on here a few times. He'll call in and we'll have him on the air for a bit. He kind of just pops on spontaneously. Sometimes usually how that's worked out is he's texted me and saying, "Do you mind if I pop on?" You know, I'm like, sure, and I just patch him through on the speakerphone.
Oh, you put him on through your phone?
Oh, what's that?
You put him on through your phone?
Yeah, and I know,
that's
like,
hilarious.
Anytime I bring up Matt's name, people will say, "Oh, this is a difficult." Guys, understand this is a difficult fence for me to straddle because I understand that many of our viewers here, it's like split. A lot of them are Matt Wallace fans, and a lot of them, some of them aren't, because this show is so stylistically different from Matt's. So
yeah.
I understand why people that may not like Matt's delivery like this delivery better. Like, I get that, but at the same time, like, I've got nothing against Matt. I think he does well at what he does. It's just almost, we both cover Dogecoin, but in completely different ways, you know?
Oh, sure. Yeah. And you know, for those out there who are like, oh, Matt's the biggest clickbaiter of all time. Well, yeah, that's his job. Like,
right.
You know, and I don't, you know, make your money, Matt. Like, I don't care. Like,
yeah, also too, like, I get it. Like, I get why some people don't like it. It's the approach is not for everyone, but at the same time, it is effective in terms of how many people on sheer numbers that he continues to bring into Doge and continues to put the focus on Doge. You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
But at the same time, I get like why certain people are like, that's not for me. But they really like our approach, because our approach, it's way different. It's just way different. Stuart, thank you for the $10 super chat, Stuart. Thank you, Stephen, for always keeping us up to date and informed. Been holding from 3.5 cents, is still holding. That's actually a very good position, Stuart. Just wanting to say thank you. You're very welcome, Stuart, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your generous super chat, man. Thank you for the kind words. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Yes, I do stream on a MacBook. Probably one of the only live casters that do. Josh Randell disavows, coming in with a $20 super chat. Thank you for the generous super chat, Josh. Really appreciate it, man. Here's some vet profits, my bro. Nice. Yeah, vet. Yeah, definitely. So, Josh, thank you for that, man. Appreciate it. And it makes me happy to see you guys winning. I mean, it really does. I love when our viewers tell us they're doing well, they're really up, and they're making out in their investments. It's even more rewarding when people tell us that they made a lot of money as a consequence of this show, which has been happening more and more frequently, which makes me feel great. It makes me feel great. I mean, there's one guy, Johnny, who's been watching me from the beginning. He became a millionaire off of crypto over the last couple months and attributes it to this show, because he said this show got him into crypto. So that's so rewarding to hear stuff like that. Now, I have yet to have my $1 million day, but I'm still a pleb, but I'm still hoping to get there someday.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Just gotta give it time.
It's complicated, TBH. It took a lot of like settings and research, and I could talk about it. I could explain it for an hour how I achieved it, but
I still don't know how he does it.
It took a lot of research, a lot of tweaking, and a lot of unique settings. Put it that way.
I couldn't do it on one stream, or I'm sorry, on one screen for sure.
Yeah, well,
like there's no way.
Yeah, I'll be upgrading. I'll be upgrading to 2 screens soon and all that stuff, and getting a more apt processor for all this stuff. But in the meantime, we're working it out. Mixalana, love the vaporwave vibe y'all have. Yeah, I'm a big fan of vaporwave, synthwave, synth pop, all that stuff. I love it. Yeah, if my setup is so it's pretty
rigged.
It's so janky that people would not. You'd be shocked. I've been able to make a lot happen with very little, on very modest means.
Tim goes, sadly, the YouTuber that has helped me the most on crypto was Upshot. Wish he had stayed the course. I think, Tim, you feel like
a lot of people.
Everybody else. Yeah, that is the fact for a lot of people.
You know, despite the way he ended up exiting the scene, he did give a lot of balanced, sage advice on the day-to-day basis with his videos, don't you think?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
He kept me calm and cool in the beginning there. Like, he kept me collected, for sure. Like,
yeah.
I miss that the most about him. He was like the go-to chill guy. But it goes to show you, like, you know, being being that chill, if that isn't like naturally, you know, your thing, can come back, and like there's ramifications. I always tell people, like, and he was pumping videos out too, guys. Keep in mind, he was making sometimes 2 or 3 videos a day, and then on top of that doing live streams. It's like, bro, don't burn yourself out. I know as much as I love talking to you guys, and I love the time that I have, like Steven knows, I have days where I don't go online. Those are the days with my girlfriend. If I'm with my girlfriend, I'm not online. And like, I encourage people to take days off. Like, please, you will last a lot longer. I even see Matt Wallace doesn't come out with a video every single day anymore. Sometimes he takes a day off.
Yep, he does. Yep.
You need to take a day off every once in a while. And coincidentally, Matt Wallace has a girlfriend now. I wonder if that has something to do with it.
Well, she definitely was the the pioneer of his new haircut.
Oh, for sure. And she was on his live stream tonight.
Oh, was she?
In voice form, not
okay,
physical.
and in
She was
voice
there.
form.
You could hear that she was there.
Yeah, I usually I catch him about every other day.
I'm telling you, it's important to, spend time with loved ones. I'm not, doesn't have to be girlfriend or boyfriend, but family or whatever it is. Spend time with people, humans.
Even your dog. If you're close with
Even
your
your
dog,
dog.
that could be good quality time actually.
Yeah.
The dog that stays with me has been so extra needy lately, and I fell asleep and I woke up like struggling to breathe because this dog, good beefy medium-sized dog, was the middle of its body was draped over my entire face. I woke up to this beefy medium-sized dog literally draped over my entire face, and I was like, and there you are again. And right as I start talking about her, gets right up in my microphone here. Yeah, it's interesting. What about Mike Davis? I don't know a lot about Mike Davis other than I recently just kind of got hip to him maybe 2 months ago tops. But yeah, I mean, he seems solid. Puts out daily Dogecoin content. Look, this is my perspective on this, guys. I don't get overly critical of any hardworking Doge content creator. Now, people will have their different preferences on stylistically and delivery wise and what information is mostly focused on, varying from content creator to content creator. But for me, it's all good, man. We're all, at the end of the day, we're all pushing for the same goal. We're all reaching different people that have different personality preferences, different substantive preferences, different stylistic preferences. So if Mike Davis can reach people that vibe better with him than vibe better with me, that's great. If Matt Wallace can reach people that vibe better with him than vibe better with me, that's great. If Living with Lucy can reach people that vibe better with her, listen, anyone that watches Living with Lucy should be watching Steele live. She's kind of like almost like the female version of Steele live. She does live streams, Doge-centric live streams, very interactive with her audience. I love Living with Lucy. She's awesome. So, but my point is, I don't like to spend a lot of time or any time attacking Doge content creators. It's hard work. It's a lot of work. And we're all working hard to move things forward up to the moon and increasing all of your investment values, right? And we're all a team, guys. We're all a team. Now, I'm not saying you have to watch all these content creators. You don't even have to like all of them. I understand that too. You don't have to like all of them. But I don't think we should attack them. I think we all need to be generally uplifting. It doesn't mean you have to stylistically like some of the content creators. But you know what? We're all moving for the same goal. And it's important. I think it's more than ever that we all don't spend too much time being too critical of each other. What do you say, Nick?
I 100% agree. And you would know better than a lot what effort it takes to do something like this on a daily basis. It's not easy, and that's why I say this a lot. And this is something that Billy has kind of said forever. It's like, the Doge community it moves because of people who make stuff for it, and if you just want to hold the coin and be a part of the community or whatever, sometimes you tweet or whatever, that's cool too. But really, Doge is being propelled by creators who put stuff out there. Unfortunately, that attracts the ire of idiots. That's something that, as you get bigger, you're going to have to deal with. It doesn't matter if it's for Doge or for Bitcoin or anything, really, financial stuff, whatever.
Right.
That's just part of the game. But you know that you're doing a service for the community as a whole, and I think we could all benefit from people like you who put out content.
Right.
Put out content, make stuff, make memes, be funny, be cool, and
We make
Most
memes. We
important.
make live
Yeah.
streams. We have guests on. I make music videos. I mean, Twitter, if you're smart about it and you're actually putting thought into it, is actually somewhat work too. I really try to strategize and think hard about my tweets. Why? Because I'm like, what's going to get Doge the most traffic? What's going to get Doge in the highlights more? What's going to get Doge on the financial press? What can I say and harness my platform to help advance Doge and to the best of my ability within the best of my sphere? You know, it's like at the end of the day, that's what has to happen in order to keep advancing things where we want them to go. It's kind of like, I don't know. I saw someone a couple guys taking some jabs the other day. One of them, you know, I'll tell you later, Nick. But it's like, oh yeah, I think it's bullshit when content creators say retweet if you agree with this about Dogecoin, and you know, it's just all they are seeking engagement. And I'm thinking like, yeah, and like that's the name of the game. We're all trying to get Dogecoin trending as often as possible. Like this isn't a bad thing. Like, and sometimes you have to make sure sometimes your tweets have to be a bit more simpler in order to achieve that. Now, my Twitter account, my tweets are a mix, I think, of super nuanced, kind of more in-depth things and very simple, bold statements, both of which I try to use in their most advantageous ways to advance the most exposure for Dogecoin. And of course, I want a successful channel. Of course, I want to keep growing this channel. Like, I like when people just say, oh, you're just trying to get more views. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. Of course I'm trying to get more views.
That's kind of the idea.
Yeah, like you think you're getting me on like a gotcha. And I think to me, that's always seems like a very silly criticism of content creators. Like, yeah, of course. And when you're spending literally 40 plus hours of your life trying to advance Dogecoin, you do need some level of compensation in order to keep doing it. So yeah, I mean, this isn't rocket science.
That it is not. For that, we go to Elon.
Yeah. Yes, for that we go to Elon. I love it. I love it. So yeah, it looks like we've definitely got some red candles here, Nick. Red candles. We're about 28 cents on the dot. What do you say, Nick? Is the world gonna end in the next half hour?
It's all over, man. It's all over.
It's all game over, man.
Yeah, no, this is to be expected.
So there's a couple things I'm gonna try to do this week. I'm gonna give a shout out to, there's a new app developer. He's been hitting up a lot of us, but I looked at the app. It's really a good game. It's like a new Dogecoin mobile app game. Have you seen this one?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard a bunch of people talking about it.
Yeah, so I'm going to I'm going to see about maybe getting a hold of him, and I'm going to try to do a little promo on his behalf because it's really well done. And then also Mr. Singh's chip company from London.
Oh, cool. I really want to talk to that guy.
Yeah, so I think we might try to have him on. He sent me like a box of product that I'm going to try live on the air. Mr. Singh's is coming out with a Doge line of chips. That's supposed to be pretty spicy. So I want to help him promote and just get stuff out there, guys. It's important that whenever a brand takes the leap, a company takes the leap, and it's talking about integrating like a Dogecoin line, a Doge line in their company, like we should really support that and help them promote that, in my opinion. And so if I can use the platform that I have to, because the more companies we can get to do this, the faster adoption takes place for Dogecoin. John Woods, $5 super chat. I almost said super kiss. Do you see how I almost made that mistake?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I was almost like John Woods at the $5 super kiss. No, thank you for the $5 super chat, John. The big KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. I mean, there's a lot to be said for that. And I actually do have a background in marketing. So I do employ the things that I've learned from my background in marketing to my platforms. And you know what, Nick? We saw this happen 2 weeks ago, wherein one of my tweets led to Elon Musk liking my tweet, which then snowballed into Dogecoin going up a few pennies for a few days. And as a consequence to it, and the amount of press, the gargantuan amount of press that snowballed just around Elon Musk liking my tweet about AMC and Dogecoin was fantastic, was astronomical. So that's great. These are the kind of things we want to keep doing.
AMC is accepting Bitcoin, and I'm sure we'll accept Dogecoin soon when they realize nobody actually uses Bitcoin.
I think it's a part of the. I think it's a part of a process, and I think that the Dogecoin community has played a part in AMC even accepting Bitcoin as urgently as they have. I think we did play a part in that, and I think Doge is next. So Dogecoin game. What are you talking about, Willis? Yeah, just a guy, an app developer. He made a Dogecoin mobile app game that's really cool looking. So let's see here. Wow.
Oh.
Chris W., thank you for the generous super chat of $20, Chris. Hall & Oates concert, Jones Beach, New York, was great, but check my Doge status mid-concert. Steele and balls. the Hall & Oates of crypto. Chris W.,
You're still touring?
the upshot whale. Rock and roll, man. Remember this guy from before? He said he was the biggest upcoin whale. He claims to be the biggest upcoin whale. If that's the case, he suffered pretty devastating losses.
I hope
Chris.
he got out. I hope he was one of the whales he was telling us about.
Yeah. I hope you didn't totally lose your butt there, Chris. Anyway, thank you for the super generous super chat, and I'll take the Hall & Oates analogy. What do you say?
Yeah, sure. I didn't know that they were still a thing.
Yeah, I love Hall & Oates, man. I think by default, you'd have to be Oates.
Oates, yeah, I'm 100%. I look like Oates. If I grew out a mustache and grew my hair would look like that if I grew my hair out.
Yeah, we got okay. I'll be Daryl Hall and you'll be John Oates. Private eyes are watching you. So look for steel balls at a venue near you guys.
I think Oates is like 2 feet tall.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't work for you.
No, but whatever.
Yeah, you just someone's got to be somebody.
Sure.
I don't know.
5'4".
Is he really?
He's 5'4".
Oh yeah, that wouldn't work for you. What are you, about 5'10", 11?
I'm 6 foot.
Are you even 6? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 6'2". For forever, I was going around thinking I was 6'3". Oh, I'm 6'3". And then I actually did the measurements with family, like a few months back, and they were like, "No, you're just right at 6'2". And like I went around for I must have taken the measurements wrong at some point, or with extra high shoes on or something, because I was going around for like the last 2 years of my life thinking I was 6'3" when I was actually 6'2".
You know what's funny? So when I do my bodybuilding shows, I don't participate in a height or weight. I'm sorry, in a weight capped category.
Yeah.
But they do measure you for my division because my division's done by height. And I am in I'm in what they call the D class, which is the tallest guys.
Right.
It's like it's 5'10" and up. But when I get measured for a show, the last time I competed in the NPC, they measured me at 5'11" and 3/4. Because when you diet, people don't realize when you diet down, the sole of your foot is actually all fat. So when you diet down, that fat goes away. When you get really, really thin, you lose about 1/4 inch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
The more you know.
obesity leads to stagnant height.
Yeah, it makes you taller than you actually are.
Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. So it says I sound like Stewie Griffith singing. Probably because my throat's kind of hoarse, you guys. Oh, man. I don't know. Do you have anything more to add to this one, Nick?
Oh man, it's been a good show. It's getting it's approaching my bedtime. I got a haircut tomorrow, and then Friday is the lady's birthday. So
Nice.
might be hit
Okay.
or miss for that one. And
Okay.
Then,
Well, I'll bring in Sadaf then on Friday. I'll line her up.
okay, cool. And then yeah, I'll be also she actually I'm gonna go visit her at her work on that day, but we're doing our couples celebration on Sunday, so I'll be out on Sunday.
Got it. Okay, got it. So I'll reconvene with you tomorrow, my friend.
Cool. Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. If you are not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button there and give us a like and check us out. We've been on a streak. It's like every night.
Are you up to 5K yet, Nick?
Oh, that's a great thing. Okay, I am not, for everybody in the chat that's listening, I am doing, I'm at about almost 4,800 on Twitter. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, I told everybody, and I'll put out some reminders. Once my Twitter gets to 5K, we are going to do I'll do an AMA, Ask Me Anything, in the Discord. So if you guys want to, any question you have for me, it'll be a live voice general chat AMA for anybody who wants to tune in, and we'll definitely do like a bunch of promo on that so we can get a date down and everything.
Awesome. Guys, I want to thank everyone for coming out. And if you want to follow Nick, I put his link in the chat. Until next time, this is Steven Steele and Nick Balls signing out. Take care, everyone.
You guys.
You had that third failure in a row. Did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
There are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult. probably not the guy that most people would bet on.
Who wins?
It's like a little kid fighting a bunch of sumo wrestlers. Usually the sumo wrestlers win. We're a little scrappy company. Every now and again, a little scrappy company wins. And I think this will be one of them.
Everyone from the Doge community that's in here tonight, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Right at this moment, I want you to stop what you're doing. Even anything else you might be doing, we'll have in the stream. And I want you to look. I want you to look at that computer screen monitor or that TV screen in front of you with that thumbnail art and my voice coming through to you right now. And I want you to understand one big, simple, epic concept. We are going to win. We are going to win. We are going to win. We've got the Doge momentum. Can you dig it?
Maybe have some fun. I mean, there's a good chance that crypto is the future currency of Earth. Right. And then it's like, well, which one is it going to be? Like, what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right. Wow. No, absolutely. To the moon.
To the moon.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
No.